Hello everyone, today I am going to explain you the topic Gymnosperms from the chapter Plant Kingdom of class 11th NCRT. So I am going to use some notes to make you understand, and I hope you understand it at the end of the video. So I have divided the first paragraph into three parts, which is mainly the three parts, which is roots, stems and leaves. Now starting from the introduction, what is gymnosperms? Gymnosperms are also called phanerograms. Now these produce seeds without any fruit. Okay, we can only see the seeds. So the ovules are not enclosed by any ovary walls. They remain exposed before and after the fertilization. The gymnosperms have three categories, mainly generally divided into three categories, which is the medium sized trees, the tall trees and the shrubs. And there's a fact which is given in our NCRT, which is that the tallest tree species is the sequoia, which is a giant wood red tree. Now coming to the three parts that I've divided this paragraph into, the first paragraph into is the roots. Now that we all know that gymnosperms have mainly tap roots, they generally possess tap roots. Now there are two kinds of associations that the roots of the gymnosperms possesses. Number one is the mycorrhiza and secondly is the coralloid roots. So I have written the examples which are more important in red bold letters, as you can see. Now we all know that mycorrhiza is a fungal association, and then the example of mycorrhiza is spinous. Then we have coralloid roots, which are specialized roots associated with end-to-fixing cyanobacteria, and the example is cycas. Next, coming to the stems. Now stems, there are two kind of plants that we can see in gymnosperms, which is first of all is unbranched, which is cycas. Now let me show you the cycas. This is the cycas plant, and we can easily figure out that the plant is unbranched. However, the pinus and also the cedrus, which we can easily see that the plant is extremely hugely branched. So coming to the stems, we have only two kinds of stems, branched and unbranched. Now the most important thing that we come to is leaves. Now gymnosperms have compound or simple leaves. So compound leaves में आता है pinnately or palmately compound leaves. However, we will go to the examples next. So leaves of the gymnosperms are well adapted and to withstand extreme temperature, humidity and wind. Now, the most important three things that I've listed here is first of all the cycas. Cycas have pinnate leaves. We can see the cycas is having pinnate leaves. Now why are these leaves pinnate? Is to persist for many years. Second is the conifers. So conifers have needle-like leaves to reduce the surface area, and as we all know for the reduction of water loss, we have sunken stomata and thick cuticle. Now coming to the next paragraph of gymnosperms, which is about the sexual reproduction in gymnosperms. For this I have made a chart here. So let me explain you the chart. Now here we have spores. The spores are produced in sporangia. The sporangia resides in the sporophyll, and the sporophyll are spirally arranged in cones, strobili or lacs. Now let me explain you what is cones, strobili and lacs is. In male, it is we just have namings of these cones, strobili, lacs. In males it is called microsporangiate or male strobili. In females it is called megasporangiate or female strobili. Now secondly, the most important questions would be asked, why gymnosperms are called heterosporous? Because we have two kinds of spores in gymnosperms. One is the male, one is the microspore and second is the megaspore. Coming to the spores, now I will explain you the spores in detail. First we are going to see the male's microspore. The microspore are highly reduced and limited number of cells are there. So the microspore are also called pollen grain or male gametophytes. So microspore, pollen grain, male gametophytes is one of the same thing. It's the name of the male spore. Coming to the female spore is called the megaspore. Now this megaspore develops into multicellular female gametophyte, which is retained within the microsporangia. So female gametophyte does not leave where it lives. It is retained within the microsporangia. Now this female gametophyte bears two or more archegonia, and archegonia are the female sex organs. Now what happens, this pollen grain through air currents go to the female archegonia. Its pollen tube carries two male gametes. These two male gametes are discharged at the mouth of the female archegonia. So this is how the sexual reproduction takes place. Now one of the most important thing is that sporangia. Now sporangia is microsporangia and megasporangia. The megasporangia is called ovule. We have to understand this. The male gametophyte is not ovule. The male gametophyte is the spore. The megasporangia is the ovule. Okay, now I will explain you what happens in. So this is a very small chart which will help you understand that in an ovule, which is the female megasporangia, we have one cell of the nucleus differentiates into the mother megaspore, which is the MMC, which meiotically developed into megaspore, and then megaspore develops into the female gametophyte. The female gametophyte bears the archegonia, which is the female sex organ. Now here I want to tell you one thing, that zygote develops into the embryo. On the other hand, ovules develop into the seed. So no double fertilization. What happens here, in gymnosperms, we do not have any double fertilization, so the endosperm is haploid. Endosperm was haploid even before the fertilization, and endosperm will remain haploid even after the fertilization. So what happens, like endosperm is said to form before fertilization. This is the only reason that we say that endosperm forms before fertilization. Lastly, I want to show this gymnosperm, which is called ginkgo, and it is this is also called a living fossil. It's just an example, and I hope you like the video. Please like and subscribe.